is David.
Hey, David.
Hey, Miss Vic. I just want to let you know I'm not by myself. I have my supervisor Jennifer and then the program manager Miss Bunny. We all on the call. Okay.
Okay, great. Hey. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to get my thing so I can write. I apologize. I'm transferring these hotels out here in Oklahoma. We've been here since our children were taken, so we're trying to book a new actually booking a new hotel right now because our my kid's father slashed our tires, all of our tires yesterday. So he knew what hotel we were in, so we had to move hotels.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I thought I was hoping y'all was getting along.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I hadn't talked to him in a while. We had, we left him out of necessity, and it was going great as far as I learned. It took a while to learn no contact is the only way to be able to have a life when you have someone who's like that, kind of unrelentless or not understanding. So so the no contact was working great, but through this case he got all of our information and found out everything. And so that's the thing. I think David, you might have talked to him after court was over.
Yeah, I was trying to find out because I was informed about you getting the children and going to Seattle because the police had called us from Seattle.
Oh, okay.
And so that's how I found out that you was even out there.
Yeah.
And so after that, I called the dad, and he basically, he told me what happened. You went about the paperwork, so I looked up the court docket and found out what you filed and all that, and found out, found out how, what was accomplished by that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right.
So that's how I know, based on him and the court docket offline.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. My son is talking to me. I think maybe 10, 15. Yeah, 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah. So as far as like, he said that. Now you have to understand he lies a lot. So anything that he said, like, you have to question it. But he said that you which I kind of believe. He said that you told him, he asked if he could go get the kids, and I believe it may have been you. This was after court. Somebody, one of you guys told him that he couldn't go get the kids, that you guys got the kids from me, you had to give them back to me. That's what he said, that you guys said.
Well, I don't know if that was discussed with him. I mean, that's normally how we do things.
Right.
If we got children like that and it gets dissolved, I mean, we try to return the children who we got them from. But if they dissolve their custody and one parent or the other goes and gets that child, there's nothing we can do about it to stop that.
Yeah, we just told them that how it works is whoever the children are removed from, that's who we would put them back with. But if there's no custody, that either parent has a right to do that. But we could not physically go up to where they were at and bring them to him,
Yeah, and then after that, he called and said you was on your way to get the children, okay? And so by the time, if you was already on the way to get the children and we went up there to meet, which Miss Lee said she wasn't concerned about any drama or anything, so we said, okay, fine, she's supposed to be on her way to get the kids. And then later I found out that he got there before you did, got the children, and then I think Miss Lee said you got there about 9:30 that night and got the other children.
No, it wasn't 9:30. I mean, you have to understand that she's orchestrated this, so she has no interest in my happiness or anything relating to, her interest is my pain. So she's kind of in the same boat as him as far as their attitude toward me. And it's about my pain for both of them. And so she's not going to do anything. She will put off that she will, that she cares about me, that they both use the same words. They say they love me. That's what I've heard them both saying to people to try to manipulate situations. But their actions show differently. Just like yesterday, the kid's father was saying, he was telling this officer he loves me and all this, but he had just slashed all 4 of my tires, like right before that, So, it's not like what the front of it is. My point is she's going to say whatever it is to, in order to try to hurt me in any way that she can. But no, we didn't get there at 9:30. We got there. So what happened was, and I have this audio recording of this. It was an hour and a half. He was physically holding me from being able to go get the children. I have the recording of everything he was saying. He was, threatening. He wanted all different kinds of things. He was saying he wants a divorce right then and there, but he didn't have the paperwork. It's just a lot. And he was physically not allowing me to leave. And then he was able to go and we had to drop some stuff off out of the truck, and he was able to go get down there before me to, and she's going to give them to him because, like I said, her idea through it all is my pain. Even she just texted taunting a few minutes ago to my son saying, I heard you guys been through a lot over this last month, and I know how narcissism works. Like, she doesn't really care. It's pleasure for her. And so anyway, back to what I was saying. So one of you guys, I guess, told him, right. And so my point was, right. You can't physically, stop him from taking them, but you do have a responsibility to ensure to the best of your ability that the children are put back where you took them from, and that's kind of my point in it. Would you agree?
It was our understanding that when you left the courthouse, you were en route to your mother's.
Right, I was.
You called your mother and informed your mother that that you were on your way to get the children, that we did not think it was possible for us to get there prior to your arrival, and your mother said that was fine. She was okay with that. To my knowledge, Mr. Vick did not call and discuss whether or not he could go get his kids with anyone at DSS.
Okay, yeah,
I'm not sure. As you said earlier in the conversation, you said he lies. I'm not sure what he's saying to you, but what I can tell you that it was our understanding you were going to get the kids. We did not know that Mr. Vick went and got the kids until it was over with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the thing is, like in the audio recording, I have you guys calling him, and nobody called me at all after court to organize getting the children. He was the only one who was called. And you can hear the audio recording, he's saying, give us about an hour and a half to you guys on the phone as far as getting the kids. And I'm in the background saying, no.
He said he was with you, so we took that as being that we were having a conversation with the both of you.
He said that he was working with you to give y'all some time to work it out, and that he was going to call us back.
Yeah, because we seen y'all talking after court.
Right.
So I kind of kept going, and when I called him, he said he was right there with you, and I thought that to be true because I seen y'all together talking.
Yeah, we were together, but you guys didn't talk to me. He was doing all the talking. Right. So, and he wasn't intending to allow me to talk to you,
Well, Did you call us, Miss Vick, to arrange going to get your children?
No, I didn't know who to call. I
didn't think so.
tried to call. I did try to call. I called as many numbers as I had, but I didn't get David's number. I did finally reach David. It was, I think, it was like maybe a few minutes before 5 or something like that, to the point where it was too late to try to organize anything. And this was before I knew that he was there. And I got the call from my son Malik a little bit after that saying, Elijah's here. Oh, he's taking the kids, like trying to figure out what to do. But no, I didn't know who to call, and he wasn't. I asked him, I have the text, proving that I asked him to give me the number to who called him. And he wouldn't give me the number. He wouldn't give me whoever it was that was handling the organizing of picking up the children. He wouldn't give me that number. And I didn't have a call from you guys at all, so I didn't know who to call.
Okay.
Yeah, because, well, I mean, like I said, I mean, court was just over with. I did call Mr. Vick because he's, from the beginning, he has been willing to talk to me. He would answer his phone when I called, and he would, he was very cooperative in conversation. Okay, that's, I felt like I could talk to him, to be honest with you. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, I know that's the game that these people play. I mean, I didn't even know what it was for many years. And then I learned about narcissism, and I've done lots of research, and now I know how it works, and yeah, you would think that it would be, feel comfortable.
But, I mean, just in the whole realm of things, though, I mean, this was kind of quick. I mean, we didn't have time to do, everything we may have been wanting to do. We was just kind of having to take it as it came. I mean, if you would have,
we did attempt to call you, Ms. Vick, because we needed to know what hotel to come see you at.
And you were aware that we were on the phone with Mr. Vick at that time as well when you guys were together, so.
Yes, and I was saying, no, I don't.
If you don't mind me asking, if it's okay with you, can we move forward and discuss what we need to do for the future so that Moore County DSS can try to do what we need to do to hopefully be out of your lives? Right. That's the ultimate goal. We know that's what you would like. But we do still have an investigation that we have to complete, which has been greatly hindered by our inability to contact you. Right. So,
like I said, I've been here because the children were not given back to me the way that they were taken. I've been in Oklahoma and flying to New York, to Washington. Right, I understand. I just want you know what I'm saying. This is the reason. This is one reason.
You could have answered your phone the times we've tried to call you, and you could have told us this.
Well, this is, like I said, this is one reason, and I need to be honest and tell you the other reason why I've not wanted to talk to you is because of the fact of how it came out in court that the story about us having weapons was made up in order for the sheriff's department to be able to use assault rifles to kidnap our children. And I don't trust.
Where are you getting that? Where are you getting that information?
Where am I getting?
I was in court, and the only thing that was said was that you had ammo written up on a board.
Where's the idea of us having weapons?
And it's not in the petition.
It is in the petition. It's in the petition.
Okay, read that to me off of your copy of the petition, because obviously I have a different one.
Okay, hold on a sec.
I'll be glad to read it to you if you want me to.
This petition was written the day after the first time you guys came first on, I think, December 1st. And we were not allowing you guys to trespass. And
are you talking about the interference petition or the other petition?
He's talking about the interference petition. That was dismissed.
Oh yeah, that was dismissed.
No, this isn't this is the petition for the ex parte.
Right. That was the interference petition. That went with the interference petition, which got dismissed.
But it's not about whether it got dismissed or not. It's about the fact that the idea of us having weapons was used in order for the sheriff's department to come to our home with those assault rifles that they had to use against our children.
Ma'am, what is in that is based off of the allegations that
No,
we
because
have.
in court,
It was dismissed.
Tracy was asked what were the allegations. She mentioned nothing about weapons, and then later, it was asked of her where did the idea of the weapons come from?
Back to the point. We need to move from today forward.
Okay, well, I'm just letting you know why I haven't trusted talking to you all.
Yeah, but see,
Okay, but it's just prolonged matters. So can we move forward now?
Right. So, as of today, you know, I'm asking, that you all, see the responsibility in, or, take responsibility for the idea that the children were not returned to me as they should have been. And right now we're in a position to where you guys have a lot of power for my children to be returned to me. After the hearing on the emergency custody, he's been using the allegations to sway a lot of people, to slander me, and he used it to be able to sway the judge to give him temporary custody of the children. And this is pending DSS investigation, or DSS, investigation, I guess, of both of us. So
yeah, see, we have never.
Investigation is of you and Mr. Hunter.
We have never been able to start the assessment that we was trying to do from that first day. That's what that's kind of how we got here, is because, I was just talking to Miss Bunny earlier today. I said, it probably wouldn't even have gotten to this point, Miss Vic, if it would have been like our normal assessments go. We asked to do the assessment, and just about all assessments end with nothing. It's just every once in a while there'll be neglect or abuse, but not very often, to be honest.
And most people cooperate. If you're in and out, we wouldn't have done that.
But we can't get through those without cooperation. And
I hear what you're
saying.
The issue that you're not understanding is that
here is the current situation. All we could possibly say to anyone in Oklahoma is that we received a report, we have attempted to complete the assessment, and you have been totally uncooperative. That we filed a petition, took custody of the children were returned to your care, non-secure custody was dismissed. You were told by the judge to cooperate with our assessment, and we have been unable to locate you since that time, and you have not been cooperative.
Okay, and who is this talking? Who is this talking? Who's talking?
I'm sorry, this is Ms. Critcher.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
To be able to say something that could help you, but right now we don't know what that would be because we've not been afforded the opportunity to work with you.
Okay, so back to what I was saying is that you need to understand the reason for me not wanting to be cooperative in the beginning is because of the fact that, you guys are supposed to adhere to understanding the specific needs and limitations of the family that you're working with. It's not just a general, everybody's supposed to be on the same level, and if you're not on this level, then we're going to do whatever. This specifically relating to our case, I had just gotten my son back from my mother the night before. She called you guys. She obviously manipulated whoever she talked to, because when Tara Thompson first called and came out there, she was mentioning my mother. And I asked you specifically, Bunny, to send someone else who's not biased, who doesn't already think that we're guilty, who hasn't already been manipulated by this person. And you said no. You said you're not going to send someone else. That's what you said. So therefore,
I sent two different people that day. It was David and Tracy who came. Tara did not come.
Tara came on December 1st.
And Tracy and David came. I sent 2 different people, Ms. Vick.
I'm talking
Ms.
about
Vick,
that
we
night.
we need to get past the
I'm
past.
not.
We need to move forward.
If
And what I'm asking you is, are you or are you not ever going to cooperate with us?
What I need you to understand, Bunny, is that you're breaking the law. This statute is the law. You're not thinking about our family. You're not thinking about permanence. You're not thinking about our constitutional rights. You're treating us like trash. You don't know us. I don't even know who you are. And here you are telling me all you can say is you're going to dismiss all of the lies that you all have told, all of the wrong that you did. You didn't want to talk about the lies about the weapons. You're talking about moving forward. And then you're going to try to slander me to the Oklahoma DSS. This is illegal. It's criminal what you're doing, and you need to understand that. You don't deserve to be in the position that you're in if you're not going to be thinking about families, about these children. My children were traumatized by these assault rifles, and all you have to say is, that's in the past, let's move forward. You're not going to take accountability for the lies that were told, and to just be human and see that I'm a mother. There were assault rifles used against my children for a lie that was told in order to intimidate us. And you could at least be human and say, well, I understand how that's whatever, such and such. No, you're going to come at me, badgering me. And then what? What do you want me to do? You want me to be cooperative after that? Is that what you're expecting? I'm not trash. I'm not these nigger people who you are usually dealing with, or who you probably call that, or what you think about my people. I'm not that. I'm a human being.
Not at all, ma'am. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I don't appreciate those insinuations. But anyway, I do very distinctly remember saying to you that I understand that you are upset because we've received a report. I tried my best to explain to you the process DSS has to take.
So you're telling me that if...
Okay. We don't have the opportunity to say, well, I don't think this one's a fair report. We're not going to do it. We have to go out.
It's not about that. I have it on a recording where I said, I don't have a problem. I understand that you all got a report and you have to do the assessment. I have that on a recording. I have that on a recording. I told you I understand that. Because what you're not understanding is, I don't know if you have children, right? But say one of your children was kidnapped, right? And then the previous day, you were able to get your child back, okay? Now, the person who you got your child back from called the Department of Social Services, because people are easily able to do that and terrorize a person's life out of spite. So say that the person called them on you and made all sorts of allegations about you. Okay, now say the Department of Social Services came to your house based off those allegations, and they were mentioning the kidnapper. How would that go over with you?
Ms. Vick, it's very difficult to answer your question. I've explained that I understand your frustration and your being upset over the fact that we received a report.
I just told you, I have a recording of me telling you, I have no problem. I understand. I understand that when you get a report, you have to make the assessment. And I told you that on the phone, that was not my problem. The problem was that the person who you sent was biased already before she came. On the phone, she was biased. This was Tara Thompson. And I said, I simply want someone else. No, Tara did come out there. You told me no. You were just as biased as she was. You told me no. You said no, you're not going to send someone else. So, I mean, if Bunny's going to be the one who's talking to Oklahoma DSS, I mean, this phone call is over. Like, there's nothing to talk about. You guys are criminal. You break the law. You think you're going to get away with it, but you're not. You're over here messing up families. You're traumatizing children, and you think that you're going to be able to have a good life. No, God is real. You're going to pay for it. You will reap what you sow. That is karma. You're obligated to think about the family, the permanence of the children, the constitutional rights of the family, and you're not doing that. You're clearly not doing that. You're treating me like, and I've heard you guys are trained that the parents are the enemy. And that's exactly what you're doing. That's wrong, but that's what you're doing. You don't even know me to be coming at me like I'm the enemy, based off some liar's allegations. So, I mean, what more is there to say?
Oh, Miss Vick, I was just wanting to mention, just in the whole scheme of things, the report is still open. I know you don't have, I don't know if you're returning with any of the Vick children or not, but the ones that you do have, we were just trying to complete the assessment with them so we can close the case.
Whether or not I'm returning with any of the Vick children is completely up to you guys.
How's it up to us?
Because they're waiting to hear back from you.
We haven't received any calls or anything.
Right. They're looking for your reports. I have the email address that you would send it to. I have the phone number of the person who you need to talk to. And it's completely up to you. It's completely up to you guys. But listening to Bunny, you know what I'm saying? What more is there to say?
I'm asking you. That's why I wanted to know if we were going to be able to work with you, because we can't tell them anything about actually working with you because you've not allowed us that opportunity. So, but from what I'm hearing, you're not going to be back in North Carolina for a good period of time, or an unknown, unspecified period of time.
And what makes you think that?
I'm sorry?
What makes you think that? Because I definitely didn't say that.
Well, no, you didn't say that. It's just with what you have going on in Oklahoma, I'm assuming that
I could get my children tomorrow and be back in North Carolina tomorrow. And that is completely up to you all. They're waiting for you to specify that I am whatever you know me to be in order to decide whether or not they're going to give me my children. And it's based off of the fact that my children were not returned to me when the order was dissolved. This is why we're here. And now it's up to you guys.
Yeah, the only thing we can do is respond to whatever they, if they want to call and ask any questions, we'd be glad to answer. But it's up, if you file a petition up there and stuff, that's in their jurisdiction. It's not in ours.
Like I said, they're waiting to hear from you guys because that is where we reside. So
well, if you got a phone number, you can feel free to text it to me of a name of somebody that works at the DSS there that you're dealing with, maybe. But I had asked them to go out and check on the children there, and I still hadn't heard from them yet from the first time they went out.
Right. And so, like I said, the reason why you haven't been able to check on me in North Carolina is because I've been in Oklahoma since the day the order was dissolved. So you couldn't.
And the assessment, we were supposed to still work with Corey because he was living here and part of the petition, and also Malik and the other child.
And like I said, we've been in Oklahoma since December 10th.
Yeah, and we didn't know until we got a call from Seattle, Washington.
Right. What is there, like I said, you can't understand. I'm talking to the people who made the lies up in order to use assault rifles on my kids. It's not like you're going to have any compassion. You did it.
Well, I really don't know what are we trying to accomplish on this phone call is what we're trying to do.
At first I was wanting for you guys to be able to do your due diligence to do your part to put my children back into my custody, and then we could go from there because I said, it's in your control.
your situation.
Why though? Why haven't you been able to assess my
Because
situation?
we left the state and the children, nobody's in the state. We can't assess any.
Why did I leave the state
when
though?
the kids are not here.
Why did I leave the state?
Because you wanted to.
I left the state because I wanted to.
You didn't ask.
You didn't ask for us to, if you could go out of the state. You did not ask.
I left the state because my children were brought out of state immediately after the order was dissolved, and I came here to get my children because they were not put back into my custody after you took them from me. I'm out here cleaning up your mess. I'm cleaning up your mess.
We were told after court that you were headed to get them, so we had.
By who? Not by me.
I know, but their father, when we
You didn't call me at all.
When we lost custody of the children, that gives custody back to you and your husband. We didn't give the children to either one of y'all.
You took them
Custody
from
goes back.
me. You took them
Custody
from
goes
me,
back.
though. You took them from me.
And we didn't give them to him.
We went and got them first.
You didn't see to it that they were returned to me.
We did not facilitate that, Ms. Vick. That's what you need to know.
Right. You didn't facilitate it when you should have.
Custody did revert back to the way it was prior to the filing of the non-secure order. However, it was our understanding you were on the way. Someone did try to call you.
No, they did not. No one called me.
Okay, Dad said you were on the way, that you were going to go get the kids. We assumed that was true, which it was. We had no way of knowing that he was going. He did not give us that information. We did not know he was going to go there and get the kids before and leave with the kids before you got there.
Why didn't you go get the kids, Miss Vick?
I did go. He got there before me. He held me up. I just told you he physically restrained me. I have the recording. It's an hour and a half of me crying.
If he left you, he wasn't physically restraining you. He obviously had to leave.
No, as soon as he finished what he was doing, he left.
Right.
We both left, but he got there before me. But that was an hour and a half after court.
And see,
So he left right after court, which is what we assumed.
No, he didn't leave right after court. He tortured me for an hour and a half, and then he left.
Well,
if that's the case, Ms. Vick, why didn't you call law enforcement?
Call law enforcement to do what?
Because he was
You
restraining
said,
you against your
out of
will.
your words, that he tortured you.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I do wish that I would have, but no, I didn't call law enforcement. And I didn't expect for this to happen.
I mean, the only thing you're trying to do is you're trying to blame us for everything that's went wrong.
I'm not trying to blame. I'm telling you the truth. You all took the kids from me, and it was your responsibility to return them to me. And we're talking about the children here. And you guys should be talking about the children and focused on the best interests of the children. The children should have been returned to where...
The children you do have.
At this point, we can't judge what's in their best interest, Ms. Vick.
We don't know.
I'm talking about a child in general. You take a child from a place and an order gets dissolved. It's in the best interest of the child for you to take the child back to where you got the child from.
He couldn't transport. He did not have custody. That's why when we were told you were going to get the kids, we assumed that that's what was going to happen. We had no other reason to believe that because we had no communication with you at that point.
Right, because you didn't call me.
I mean, I think it's as much responsibility you to call us as us to call you. We had another parent calling us. You should have called us
That
too.
said he was with you.
I told you I didn't have the number. I called David as soon as I was able to find out what his number was. And it was too late by then. If someone would have called me, I would have had the number.
You had my number, Ms. Vick.
And the office is up the road from the courthouse. If you wanted to know that bad or call law enforcement to get up with us, if you're saying you had a hard time getting up with us, there's plenty of people that were here after 5.
I was interested in getting my children. If you want to hear this recording that I have, you can see what actually happened.
But see, the only person that's cooperating with us between you and Mr. Vick is Mr. Vick.
And he's going to do that because it's about hurting me. You don't understand. He's been abusive.
That's between you guys.
What's between us?
you talking about him hurting you? I mean, y'all have a lot of stuff going on between you. What we're trying to focus on is making sure the kids are safe, which we haven't been able to do. Except Mr. Vick's been the only one to try to call us and work with us at all.
Right. And Oklahoma's gone out to assess where they would be staying there. So that's the only a place we can assess any safety at this point is where they've already been. We don't even know where they're staying.
He has not told me, no, I will not do anything. You know, he has not once said that. If I said Oklahoma needs to go out there to the house, he said, he'd give me the address. He said, they're welcome to come here and check. And that's all and that's all I could ask for.
And that's all we've asked of you, Ms. Vick.
Well, like I said, I've never been uncooperative. And in the video, I'm telling you that I'm not being uncooperative. I'm telling you in the video that you can see that you need to follow the statutes. And that's it. How is me saying follow your own law because of the interaction that I had immediately with Tara Thompson? If you want to, you know what I'm saying? Tara Thompson is the one who put you guys in a bad light to where I didn't want you there without, I told Bunny that I wanted another worker. She was horrible. Tara was horrible from the beginning. So you're not.
Tara is she's an on-call worker. She don't be involved with the family through the whole duration. She just tries to initiate.
Well, right. I don't know about that because I'm not inside of your organization, but Tara is the one who put your organization in a bad light with me from her first phone call.
She was just trying to initiate the case and go over the allegations with you, but it didn't even start out where she couldn't never do that.
Right, because she was rude. She already was making allegations. Like I have it recorded. I have the phone call with her recorded.
Okay. Well, it don't look like we're gonna get anywhere else with I don't really know what to say because all we want to do.
What you could say is try to at least take some responsibility for the things that you've done wrong. I understand.
I take responsibility of working at Moore County DSS and trying to do my job. That's what I take responsibility for.
Okay, so how does that relate to any of the lies that were told or any of the our rights being violated? How does that relate?
All we're trying to do is do our job. You say the lies, we don't think they're lies.
Your rights were not violated.
My rights were violated because David, you sat there and heard Tracy tell me that I didn't have the right to be there during the 12-hour hold, and that was a lie.
Ms. Dick, according to my understanding of the law, parental rights are only violated if we do not afford them the opportunity for due process by the filing of a petition in a proper court. We did that. So we have not legally violated your rights that I am aware of.
Right, but what
I am telling you.
What about my right to be present during your verbal 12-hour hold? What about that right that got violated?
That is not one that I'm not sure who gave you that information, Ms. Vick, but it was
the
not
statute.
right to be here
The statute says the parent has the right to be present during a verbal 12-hour hold. It specifically says it.
I think it also addresses if there are no safety concerns.
No, it doesn't. No, it does not. So what about that right of mine that was violated?
No, ma'am, I don't think we did violate that. So, what else? I know you're recording us too, right? So, what else did you want to ask us?
What will you be telling Oklahoma DSS?
Well, just what I just told you, Ms. Vick.
Right.
The only thing we can tell them is the dates we received reports, the events that have taken place since that report.
The diligent efforts to find you and the kids.
The fact, and basically that at this point, we can't recommend that the children be returned to you because we have not been allowed an opportunity to work with you.
Right, and then when I ask you why that is, you lie. You lie. You said that I came out of state because I wanted to.
No,
as if my children are not important to me. So will you admit to the real reason you know why I'm out of state and why you haven't been able to do an assessment.
It is my understanding that you are out of state because your husband has your children in Oklahoma.
And why does he have them?
Because he went to your mother's and got them.
When?
Which he has the right to do because neither one of you has legal
Listen,
custody.
I mean, I don't understand why you guys keep trying to make
Listen.
excuses. I don't understand. Like, what's so hard about telling the truth? I don't get it.
I don't know, Miss Vic. You tell me.
Where have I lied? When have I lied?
I didn't say that.
So, I mean, why is it so hard for you guys to just say the truth?
It's because, Miss Vic.
Is it because it's incriminating? It's because it's incriminating?
What you want us to say.
No, I want you to admit that you know that I'm out of state because of the fact that my children were not returned to me.
It was your husband's choice to go get the children before we could do anything. That's what he did.
Right. But it's a simple understanding of you knowing the reason why you haven't been able to do an assessment.
Miss Vic, had we been in your mother's home at the time that he arrived, we still could not prevent him from taking his children. Which there was no court order. We had no reason to have a safety concern. We did not have any allegations against him.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what it's about. You guys said that I came out of state because I wanted to.
It does not matter to you what we say at all.
It does matter that you're saying that you're going to tell Oklahoma DSS that I came out of state because I wanted to. That matters.
No, I told you we would tell them that you went because your husband took your children to Oklahoma.
Right. I just want the truth. I just want you to tell them the truth. That the order was dissolved. He beat me down there to get the children and brought them out of state. And you haven't been able to do your assessment because I've been here seeking my children.
Okay, he beat you. He beat you when he was in North Carolina. And then he went and got your children, and you did not call law enforcement?
No, I'm saying he beat me down there to get the kids. He got there before me.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Right. I just want you to tell the truth that the order was dissolved and...
We had no idea he was going to do that.
Right. Neither did I. But I'm talking about now you know what happened. So I'm just asking you to tell the truth, to not try to make up a story, to sway it, to look like I'm a bad person, as you said you would do before, but to just simply tell the truth.
Okay, we'll tell the truth. We'll tell the truth whenever that we can contact them.
Okay, and what's that truth? Because I do need to clarify.
No, ma'am. We told you we will tell the truth.
You told me what you were going to say before when it was to try to hurt me. So why don't you tell me the actual truth that what your truth is?
Ms. Nick, is there anything else?
Yeah, I mean, you guys need to understand, like, we're not poor. Like, our children have been healing. We bought this property so that our children could connect with nature, farm, heal from all the years of drama that we've had at the hands of their father. This is something that we're choosing to do. We're not whoever you think we are. It's because we're black. We're supposed to be dumb or something like that. Well, that's not who we are. We love our children and want the utmost. It's all about them for us.
No one has ever made this even remotely about race.
Mm-hmm.
So I will not entertain your comments.
Mm-hmm. Right, because you don't know what it's like every day to be privy to this systematic racism. You can
Very
insulting.
I'm asking that you not do that anymore. I don't want to.
I know you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear about what my people and what I go through in this country every day, the racism that I experience every day, because you can't handle it. You don't want to hear it, but it's true. Every day I deal with it, and I'm not going to pretend like I don't.